You already know the vibes, man. It's your boy Dom Work, man. Now look, we're gonna be talking about contested shooting today, man. Now before we get any further into the video, y'all seen the intro clips, right? Y'all seen the shots and the shot selection in the intro. So what I want to know from y'all, do you honestly think that those are good shots, or do you think they're bad shots? And if you do, then why? Because look, if you follow me on Twitter, you seen the clip I posted the other day of my player hitting a 35% contested shot. And look, some people were like, yo, that's a good shot. And then, you know, some other people were like, that's a bad shot. The contest system is broken. So clearly, some of us should see the game differently. But I have to ask, how can a bad shot result in a green? And this is why I tell people, like, look, contested shots, some contested shots can still be good shots. This is why I always ask people, I'm like, yo, so what do you consider a good shot? Because the way people be talking, it seems like you have to be wide open for them to consider it a good shot. Now imagine that in a basketball game where you have to be wide open to shoot the ball every time. So imagine you have a 99 3-point rating. Forget a 99, even a 90, and you can't shoot the ball slightly contested. Come on now, it just doesn't make sense. Because look, if you have a 90 or 99 or whatever rating in the game, that means you're an elite scorer, elite shooter, or whatever. So look, elite shooters don't need to be wide open to shoot. And elite shooters hit tough shots. And people love to say they want a skill gap in the game and things like that. But then somebody goes and hits a contested shot on them, and now they're saying the game doesn't take skill. And look, I'm gonna beg to differ, because it's not like you can just go out there and throw up anything in somebody's face and it's gonna green up and go in. Knowing when you're open is a skill that a lot of people do not have on this game, and because of that, a lot of people think they're playing good enough defense or good defense, and they really aren't. So when they come across a more skilled player who understands these things, they feel like they're getting cheated now. They're like, oh, I'm right there, I'm in his face, he shot it in my face. It's not good enough defense, my brother, I'm sorry. And there's so many factors that come into a shot contest. You got positioning, you got badges, ratings, height. All these things factor into the strength of your shot contest. Now right here you can see Mike Wang, who's the director of gameplay at 2K. Y'all all know Baluba Mike Wang by now. And this is him breaking down how the contest system works. And before you can shoot contested or understand why somebody might make a shot, quote unquote, in your face, you have to understand exactly what Mike Wang just broke down right there. Now if y'all been watching the gameplay in the back, y'all can see I'm playing against Kawhi, man. And now y'all know Kawhi is one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best defenders in the game. He's 6'7", he has like a 97 perimeter D, gold intimidator and all that. But look, 2K is a game of badges, man. So look, even though you have all that, let's say you have a lockdown build, a 97 perimeter D, you got intimidator and all that, you got to remember that the offensive player has badges as well. So if you're not playing good enough D, you can't expect your badges to bail you out, because the offensive player's badges are going to outweigh yours if you're not playing good enough defense. Now keep in mind that this game is on Hall of Fame, so this is the highest difficulty you're going to see. Look at the room that I have right here. Do y'all think this is a good shot attempt? Now before y'all answer that, let me give y'all some context. Right now, when I'm taking this shot, my player has a 99-3. And as you can see, these are the shooting badges that I have. So I have the highest 3-point rating possible. Then on top of that, I got Hall of Fame mismatch, Hall of Fame blinders, deadeye, all that. So my player's an elite shooter, the best you can get, period. Now remember what Baluba said. The contest is evaluated by 2 points. At the takeoff, which is right here, and at the release. So now look at where Kawhi is at the takeoff, and now here at the release. Now this is why a lot of niggas get sprayed on the game, and then they want to complain and talk about, oh, I was there. Is Kawhi there? He's not. Imagine giving a shooter like Steph Curry or Dame Lillard that kind of room in real life. They gonna pull that every time. That's automatic. And people love to complain about mismatch expert as if that's the reason why they're getting sprayed. So what I did is I played Kawhi again, but I made sure I took off mismatch expert completely. And I'm going to take the same kind of shots. I'm not going to change my shot selection. I'm going to still see if I can hit contested shots. Now those first 2 shots, you can see Kawhi closes out late, and they still get rated wide open. Now right here he gets a 9%. And on that one, I mean, he got a 9% just for being there. He didn't even put his hand up or nothing like that. Now right here, a lot of players online will think that they're playing good D by being where Kawhi's at, but this is not good D. And as you can see, I don't have mismatch expert on. He's going to close out late, and I'm still going to be able to green it. Now right here, you're going to see another shot right over the top of him. He closes out late, 14% covered. Look at the badges that pop up, hot zone, volume shooter, and that's it. So stop blaming mismatch expert for you getting shot over. That's not the reason why you're getting shot over, man. And a lot of people like to say, why don't they have mismatch for shooting over shorter players? Well, look, I hate to break it to you, but that's already built into the contest system. So remember what Mike Wang said, height delta, or the difference in height between, the shooter and the defender, is one of the main factors. Now, as you can see right here, I got a small ass dude on me. So all I gotta do is rise up and I can drain a contested shot right over his head. Now this is like an exaggeration because, people go out there and they make the shortest build possible. And when my player is 6'7", 6'8", that's a huge difference. And a lot of y'all seem to have forgotten that Mike Wang said if you want to be able to contest shots on the perimeter, you gotta have, some decent perimeter defense rating. That perimeter defense rating affects your ability to contest jump shots on the perimeter. So it's a lot of y'all that went with like a 60 perimeter defense to get bronze clamps or silver clamps at 76 or whatever. And that's not bad. But when you're guarding an elite shooter, that's not going to be enough. You're going to have to play extra good defense. And that's where the skill gap talk comes in, because look, if you give a good player a build like that can shoot the lights out and they know when they're open and things like that, they're going to be extremely tough to guard. So that's why you see a lot of competitive, quote-unquote competitive teams. They have, a designated lockdown, and he guards the point guard, because typically the point guards are the best shooters. They have all the ratings, all the badges and all that. But, the lockdown build is not going to bail you out. You still got to be able to play D. And honestly, I don't think people will be happy until their build bails them out. They think that just because they have Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame intimidator and all that, they feel like, okay, nobody should ever score on me. And that's just not how it is, bro. I hate to break it to you. Now check this shot out right here. So I do the escape move and I'm about to go into my shot, but look how short the defender is, right? So that's one thing he has working against him right there, is his height. Now my player is 6'8", so once I go into that jump shot and he's on my side right there, my player doesn't even see him. I got gold blinders. I got an 84 3-point rating. And I don't know the defender's attributes. I don't know if he's a lockdown or what or nothing like that. But look, I know one thing. He doesn't have a hand in my player's face. He's short as hell. And he's in bad position to contest the shot. But remember what Mike Wang said. Proximity is one of the factors as well. So now he's in proximity. He's there. But he's only there midway into the shot when the shot's over. So he gets a contest for proximity. But literally everything else is working against him. So that's why I'm still able to green that shot. But I want to go back to that clip from the intro, man. Now this is the clip that I put on Twitter right here. Now as you can see, I catch the ball right here, shoot over his head, and I get a bucket out of it. It's a green 35%. And a lot of people are like, yo, it's a bad shot. But let me explain this to y'all. First thing you got to understand, my player has Hall of Fame glue hands, so as soon as I catch this ball, I'm going right into my shot with no hesitation or no delay or nothing like that. And this is why I always recommend any spot ups or any corner shooters, you gotta run glue hands Hall of Fame, because look, when you get in a perfect catch like that and you can go straight into your jumper, that can be the difference between your shot being contested or not. So let's go down the checklist right quick. The first thing Mike Wang said is when the player leaves the floor, right? When the shooter leaves his feet. So right here, I'm already into my jump shot. And as you can see, the defender's not anywhere near me. He's not even looking at me, bro. So as far as takeoff goes, I'm open. Now, the next thing is when the ball leaves the hand. And this right here is where he ends up getting that 35%. But you still have to factor in the release point. As you can see, my player has a high release point. The dude jumps kind of late. My player is also clearly taller than him, and I'm also almost in the takeover. So that means that my 3-point rating is probably like at least a 90 right now. So even though he does get a 35, everything else, like, his position at the start of the jump shot, the height difference, all that stuff, my badges, my ratings, it's all working against him. But look, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that's a bad shot? Do y'all think the contest system is bad and broken even after what I just told y'all and explained to y'all or tried to explain to y'all? And look, man, this ain't nothing new. The game been like this for years. I remember taking contested shots back in 2K19, 2K20, and look, I don't think it's gonna change for 2K23, man. So if you ain't with it, you probably want to get with it, man, and understand this shit. But yeah, man, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. If you ain't following me on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow, man. And y'all already know the vibes. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.